Hello SLAPAFISH community, and welcome back to another World Tanks console video. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a tank review over the Freedom. And I've already done a tank review over the Vengeance T25, the Patriot T26E4. If you want to see a tank review over those two, just click off this video and go see it. And today I'm going to be doing the T26E4 Freedom, the Super Pershing. It gets preferential matchmaking, reliable armor due to layers of space armor, and ancestral gun depression that creates a wide range of fire. So what do you got to do to get this tank? Basically, you got to do the bold and the free earn up. Basically, you got to do 7 stages. First stage, you get 5,000. Second stage is 10,000. Third, it's 15. Then fourth stage is 20,000, fifth stage is 30,000, sixth stage is 40,000, seventh stage is 50,000. And once you get done with the seventh stage, you will get a choice between the Freedom, the Patriot, and the Vengeance. And you also can buy them right out. And the Patriot is the most expensive. I gotta go tell somebody. Oh. Note, if players choose a tank that Ray on, they will receive the following values in silver instead of Freedom. The Freedom is 3.7 million, Patriot's 4.9 million, Vengeance is 3.8 million. Okay, so we're here on whiteinspector.com. If you ever wanted to compare tanks and actually see other things about tanks, come to whiteinspector.com. It's really good at it. So today, I'm going to be comparing the Freedom, the T26E4 Super Pershing Freedom, to the M26 Pershing and the M6A2E1 Mutant, or / Bogcore. Why am I comparing it to the Bogcore? Is because, well, the Mutant is because it's a preferential matchmaking tank. It's the only one in America for Tier 8, besides the Super Pershing. And the Super Pershing kind of acts like this tank. It really does. And the Pershing's here because this is basically Super Pershing. See how super it is compared to the regular Pershing. Now, the Super Pershing has the best hit points over the Pershing. This is actually a lie. This is like the armor without the space armor. So I can actually tell you the real armor. So the turret, well, the whole armor is 178 millimeters thick. Its regular frontal plate is 102 millimeters thick, and it has 2 space armor plates in front of the whole armor. One's 38 and the other one's 38. But the side and the rear of the tank doesn't get whole armor, space armor. Now the turret armor, the front of the turret armor is 102 millimeters thick, and it gets 2 plates in front of it too. It gets 102, then 114, and 101, which makes it 303 millimeters thick. So this is actually 178, and this is 303. So, big upgrade. That's also why this tank weighs so much. It gives it 7 extra tons over the regular Pershing. DPM is 1756. Lower than the regular Pershing, but better than the Mutant. Reload time is 8.2. It actually gets the same 90mm gun. Aiming time is 2.3. The dispersion is 0.38. It's less accurate than the regular Pershing. And dispersions are right here. It gets a 90mm gun. It carries 54 rounds, which is less than the regular Pershing. Its AP rounds, well, it's 192mm. Gets 192 millimeters of penetration. Does 240 damage and 975 speed, which is best in this comparison. For its premium round, it gets APCR at 258 millimeters of penetration, which is pretty good. Especially since the highest tier this tank will actually meet is tier 9s. And when +1, -1 comes, it's tier 8s. And the shell velocity of this tank, this round, is 1,219. Speed limit, it's 40.2, which is a lot slower than the regular Pershing. And also the Super Pershing / Freedom, its power weight ratio is terrible. And terrain resistance is this at 1.2, 1.4, 2.7. Hull transverse is 32 degrees. Turn transverse is 24 degrees. And gun angle is 10 degrees of gun depression and 20 degrees of gun elevation. View range is 390, which is worse than the Pershing, but better than the Mutant. There's your camo values. You get 3% value of 3%, while regular camo bonus, and your camo net gives you a 10% camo bonus. It usually costs 9,440 gold. You get a 57 silver bonus and a 10% XP bonus. And you also, some reason, this tank is a lot cheaper to repair than the regular Pershing. Why? I don't know. So, anyway, now let's actually look at the armor. The armor is complicated because it has so much space armor. Remember, this is 3mm thick. Okay, right here we're firing with 192. This is the Super Pershing / Freedom gun. It's 10 gun. It gets 192mm thick, penetration. It's also AP. That actually matters because it's 249mm thick right here. Okay, depending on what round and what caliber of gun your tank is how much penetration you will actually need. With the Super Pershing's 90mm gun that has 192mm of penetration on AP rounds, is 249mm of penetration. But when we switch to the APCR, same gun but higher penetration, and it's APCR. Watch what happens when we switch rounds. It's 249. That's much penetration we need to go through the frontal blade. 266 is what we actually need now. So yeah, it went up because space armor is kind of complicated depending on what round you fire, and it's 249 with AP. APCR is 266. Now, also I want to mention, yeah, don't shoot here. Don't ever shoot here. Lower plate's kind of good. Weak point right here and right here. If you can somehow manage to shoot that down there, try it. Sight armor is disgusting. Disgustingly bad. Yeah, don't try. Whenever you get the sight armor of a Pershing, holy crap! I didn't really know you could angle that much. Just about premium. Oh, what the? I didn't know this. Wow. Okay. Now, the point I was trying to make. Let me fix this. AP rounds, 249mm of penetration, same spot. Then it goes to 266. Now, let's go to the most penetration on any gun, which is the Jagdpanzer E100, and switch it to its heat. 280. When we fire heat rounds, you need 280mm penetration. Basically, what gun you fire, what round you fire, is how much penetration. It's kind of complicated. The armor is really complicated to figure out. And also, don't pay attention to the things. Indicators on the screen. How you have indicators. I don't know what the indicators for non-colorblind mode is. So, don't listen to those indicators. When you're shooting at the tank in game, it'll show you red, green, or orange, I think. And green's most penetration. Or is it red? I don't know. But either way, don't listen to those indicators because they are wrong, because it's space armor. Space armor doesn't really work. Those indicators don't work against space armor. So, yeah. This is really complicated to explain its armor. So, instead of me just, like, keep talking about the armor of the Super Pershing, let's actually go play some games in this tank. Well, one game. Okay, so we ended up on highway, and yes, we are top tier. So, what I also want to mention that this speed of this tank is very bad. Very bad. Well, I'm going 40 right now, but the horsepower to weight ratio really limits you, especially when you're going uphill. Even you'll see how bad the thing gets. Like, it's not really of a slant to hill, and we're dropping down pretty fast. We're kind of holding at 14, 13, 12, 11, and people are just running past us. There's a dreadnought right there. See? There's a 10, there's a 9. Yeah, horsepower per ton on this tank sucks. So basically how you want to play this tank is try to use your gun depression. Use your gun depression at all times. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, when we were looking at the armor, there's actually 2 weak points on this tank. That is the machine gun port and the cupola. You'll actually see the cupola. The cupola is actually really hard to hit because of those 2 shells, 2 empty shells. I think it's 2 empty shells in front of it, which counts as space armor. So if they hit that, then they can't really hit the cupola, whatever you want to say it. So this tank is very troll. really, really troll. And right now, I'm pretty much not going to stop. Premium rounds, like when tier 9s actually like fire premium rounds at you, they can like pretty much go through almost every single time. So you need to be worried about that. If people can like start pinning you, back off. Really back off, or start angling. Try to do something. There's the Tiger. And side armor and your rear armor are your weakness, and you kind of turn slow. See, the Tiger actually pinned us right there, and I don't actually know where he actually pinned. If they actually like roll high enough on their RNG while penetrating, they can sometimes pin you. And somebody just pinned me on the side because shown the side a little. And hello, TVP. And we just fall to tier 7. Now here comes tier 8. Looking to my left and see if there's anybody. We're going pretty slow. It's 21, 22, even on flat ground and even on the road. And we're still going pretty slow. And I'm trying to like rock my tank back and forth so they won't hit my weak points. And also, even if they can pin my armor. See, the TVP just hit a weak point on my tank. So yeah, there's a jumbo. The gun kind of works really nice. And the Tiger P just pinned me. I think it was Tiger P. No, that was not a Tiger P. That was a tier 6 medium tank, I think. Yes. The VK31P. He actually pinned me. Now I'm looking around to my side to see if there's anybody that can hurt me. As you can see, tier 8s and tier 7s were having trouble pinning my armor. And tier 6s. Basically, if they know where to shoot, your armor's going to fall apart. Okay? And if they have enough penetration, your armor's going to fall apart. But you can save your armor by, like, jilting back and forth. Like, moving left to the right. Like I'm trying to do right here. So they have hard times hitting my weak points. And also, because it's space armor, if I, like, angle, the space armor gets more effective. If I'm right about that. So, yeah. So, here's a Tiger 2 and an IS-3. I want to try to fight them and try to help out whoever's fighting them over there. Now, hello, Mr. Tiger 2. I'm trying to focus out the Tiger 2 first. I'm trying to keep them, like, frontal armor, so they will only hit there. Tiger 2 is actually aiming at my cupola right there. This tank's actually really good at, like, face hugging. It can't really pin a thing, but it's really good at face hugging. If you ever tried face hugging, it's really good. at it. And just pin it. Now, somebody actually got to my site. That is a Cheeto, which has really good rate of fire. Now, I'm trying to like get to the site, but there's a stupid pole in my way, so I ran my tank up, so make my armor less effective. So basically, Super Pershing. Tier 8 that plays Tier 9. And the armor's kind of complicated to talk about. As right there, I chose you Tier 8s and Tier 7s, struggling to penetrate my armor. But Tier 6s could penetrate my armor. Sometimes. The armor is very tricky to talk about. But sometimes it works, sometimes it does. That's basically the Super Pershing. It's a troll tank. It's basically what it is. One day it'll be trolling you, one day it'll be trolling your enemies. It depends what the Super Pershing's feeling like. So, we got a victory. And we made 137,000 silver. Not bad. Did 4,200 damage and 4,000 blocked. And we got 5 kills and also top of the leaderboards. Alright guys, if you like this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also remember to SLAPAFISH because of why we shine. And peace out. See ya.